Most people understand physical hygiene. We shower, we brush our teeth, we clean our homes, but very few people think about mental hygiene. The daily habits that either protect your mind or slowly exhaust it. And the strange thing is, many people are mentally overwhelmed without fully understanding why. Because mental exhaustion rarely comes from one dramatic moment. It builds quietly through constant stimulation, emotional overload, too much noise, too little recovery. And after enough time, your inner world begins feeling crowded. Not peaceful, not clear, just mentally heavy. And the difficult part is, many people continue living this way for years, thinking it is normal. But your mind was never meant to constantly absorb this much. Your mind absorbs more than you notice. Everything you repeatedly consume affects your inner state. Not only dramatic experiences, small things too. The content you watch, the people you listen to, the stress you stay around, the constant urgency, the endless scrolling. Even when you think you are just watching, your nervous system is still responding. And over time, your mind becomes overstimulated, not because you are weak, but because constant input does not allow recovery. The human stomach is interesting. When something harmful enters it, the body knows how to reject it, how to protect itself. But the mind is different. The mind absorbs almost everything that repeatedly enters it. The noise, the negativity, the stress, the endless emotional input. And unlike the stomach, the brain often keeps digesting it quietly, for hours, for days, without fully releasing it. And this is why mental hygiene matters so deeply, because your mind was never meant to endlessly process everything the world gives it. And this is why protecting your mind cannot only happen after burnout. It has to happen daily, quietly, consistently. Not everything deserves access to your mind. This realization changes a lot. Not every opinion deserves your attention. Not every conflict deserves your emotional energy. Not every piece of information improves your life. And when you stop treating your attention as endlessly available, you begin becoming more intentional with what enters your mind. Because attention is limited, and where attention goes, energy follows. So, protecting your mental space is not avoidance. It is responsibility. Your nervous system needs quiet. One of the biggest modern problems is that the mind rarely experiences silence anymore. There is always stimulation, content, noise, information, emotional input, and eventually the nervous system stops fully resting, even during free time, because the brain remains activated constantly. And this is why many people feel exhausted even after resting, because stimulation continued the entire time. True mental recovery requires moments of reduced input, moments where nothing is demanding you, no reacting, no consuming, just space. Mental hygiene is also emotional hygiene. Some thoughts become repetitive environments, constant worry, constant comparison, constant self-criticism, and over time, your inner dialogue shapes your emotional atmosphere. Many people speak to themselves more harshly than they would ever speak to another person, and eventually, the mind stops feeling safe. So mental hygiene also means noticing what thoughts repeatedly exhaust you, what emotional patterns keep draining your energy, because awareness creates choice, and choice creates change. But mental hygiene is not about becoming perfect. It is about creating conditions where your mind can breathe again. Small daily habits matter more than intensity. People often search for one big solution, but mental health is usually shaped through small, repeated habits. Sleeping slightly better, reducing overstimulation, spending less time absorbing negativity, going outside more often, moving your body, creating moments of stillness, protecting your mornings, protecting your evenings, little things that slowly change how your nervous system feels every day. And over time, those small habits become emotional stability, not instantly, gradually. Stop normalizing constant mental exhaustion. This part is important. Many people became so used to mental overload that peace now feels unfamiliar. Silence feels uncomfortable. Stillness feels strange. And rest creates guilt. But exhaustion is not supposed to be your permanent state. And constantly feeling mentally crowded is not the same as being alive. Your mind deserves recovery too. Not only productivity. Protect what keeps you grounded. There should be things in your life that reconnect you to yourself. Walks, books, quiet evenings, creativity, real conversations. Moments where your nervous system softens slightly. Not because life became perfect, but because you intentionally created small moments of peace inside it. And this matters deeply because mental hygiene is not only about avoiding negativity, it is also about actively creating calm. Your mind was never designed for constant noise, constant urgency, constant emotional exposure. And if you do not intentionally protect your mental space, the world will constantly occupy it for you. So begin asking yourself daily, what is entering my mind right now? And how is it affecting me? Because mental hygiene is not luxury anymore. It is necessary. I insist. Currently, it is a condition for survival. This has been Evening Reset, quiet wisdom for tired people. If you'd like more evenings like this, you're welcome to come back. Good night.